Medical volunteers and members of a local charity group reflect on the resident-free clinic. Tzu Chi Jordan volunteers bring refugee youth to serve the less fortunate Bedouin children. Welcome to DaAi Headlines. I'm Maggie Tai. Thank you for joining us. More than 300 medical volunteers from 8 countries have come to assist a free clinic in Cambodia. A special evening gathering was conducted for all the volunteers. Cambodian youth volunteers and TYDA members were also invited. The venue was filled with joy and laughter, with volunteers sharing their reflections.
We can see the atmosphere is filled with joy. Tzu Chi volunteers from 8 countries have participated in the free clinic in Cambodia. A special gathering was held to celebrate. Volunteers are like one big family. Taiwan Tzu Chi volunteers have prepared an indigenous dance performance for the gathering. Malaysian volunteers also sang local songs. As for Singapore volunteers, they also gave a wonderful performance. In addition, the volunteers shared their reflections about the event.
This is the first, but not the last, the first of many trips with you all.
I believe all of us feel that there are still more things to do. All of us wanted to continue to help people in need, right?
I learned something from Tzu Chi. The principle, especially the principle of bamboo vessel. It's very good. And for me, I know myself, I spend a lot of money useless with the useless activity. But I promise after I get back, when we finish our mission, I will take the bamboo vessel principle.
As we can see, volunteers have seized every opportunity to help others in need. In addition, more than 100 Cambodian youth volunteers came to assist at the free clinic.
I wanted to thank the youth volunteers for helping out at the free clinic. Their energies have influenced other volunteers to move forward. I also wanted to express my gratitude toward volunteers from overseas. All the medical staff have helped us and motivated us to become stronger.
At the end of the gathering, volunteers lit candles to pray for all sentient beings in a peaceful and harmonious world.
The Cambodia Free Clinic combined many different medical departments and were stationed by doctors from Malaysia, Cambodia, Laos, Taiwan, and Singapore. The Pres Kabas Referral Hospital has provided medical equipment to doctors, which help them diagnose patients better.
As more and more people have entered the Pres Kabas Referral Hospital, most of them understand that they have to spend a longer time waiting. During the hours, the volunteers gave them bread to fill their stomachs. An exercise activity was also carried out. In addition, doctors also realized that if they patiently listen to patients' needs, they will become happier.
Most of them suffered from excessive stomach acid, pain in the foot, or muscle pain. I simply gave them medicine to reduce their pain. They're very happy when they received it.
The assistance of local hospital allows the team of doctors to work more efficiently.
An X-ray specialist in the hospital had 2 ultrasound machines, so he lent them to us. They also sent us ECG so we can do more examinations. If they suspect a patient with tuberculosis, they will use the X-ray. After, they will discover whether the patient has the sign of it. Later on, we will send the patient to a local hospital.
I am able to scan a few patients. We have managed to find a scan here, which is very useful. And so for the last couple of days, we've been able to get scans done, very basic scans, but we are able to at least give a visual impression to patient and to others. We are able to pass on the information.
We need the help of young Buddhist masters. The volunteers can communicate easily with the patients, in which it had bridged the gaps between them.
On top of Western medicine, 17 traditional Chinese medicine doctors from Singapore, Malaysia, and Taiwan also offer medical services. Here, let's meet 2 Taiwanese doctors and hear their experiences.
While providing treatment, the doctor deeply cares about the patient's feeling.
The pain was relieved. I felt much better now.
After the treatment was finished, these patients still need medical care. Due to financial issues, most of them could not afford to see a doctor. Therefore, no one will look after their health. Personally, I believe we should continue to conduct free clinics. While treating patients, I found my motivation as a doctor again. I'm grateful for this event.
Another Taiwan Tima traditional Chinese medicine doctor, Cho Weiyuan, is joining the International Free Clinic for the first time.
Usually patients who came to see traditional Chinese medicine have muscle soreness. Some of them have endured the pain for many years. Like the patient that we just saw, he has knee pain for more than 2 years, and another patient has back pain for 5 years. As you can see, they don't have enough medical resources. Thankfully, the free clinic was conducted. We're able to provide treatment for them.
After the treatment, the doctors also provided medications for the patients, hoping to relieve their pain.
After the free clinic ended, volunteers immediately hosted a rice distribution for 1,400 impoverished households. Many government officers joined. Soldiers on hand maintaining security also volunteered to help carry rice bags to each family. Local residents came into the venue one by one. 30 young volunteers helped maintain order and provide timely assistance. They were all employees of Tzu Chi volunteer Huang Meijing's factory.
We must be grateful. I'm very grateful that I have the ability to help these people. It leaves a great impression on me every time.
Although they might just be getting a one-time or temporary help, the meaning is significant. At least they know that there are many people that care about them.
They normally just stay home and sleep on Sunday. I always tell them that you will be happier when you can give. Sleep will not bring you any value. So when they were motivated and volunteered to come.
Despite living an impoverished life, local residents still passionately participated in donating their bamboo coin banks. Volunteers led all participants to sing songs together, making the rice distribution event festive. Many governmental officers also came to give their best wishes.
The Buddha has taught us to love and help each other.
Rice has abundance of nutrient. Most importantly, it's filled with love and care.
This morning, Tzu Chi brought me to visit the free clinic. I felt very proud to see all the doctors and the advanced medical equipment. I'm very delighted.
Local residents received the rice joyfully. Every household can get 2 bags of rice that weighed 20 kilograms each, which is enough for a family of 4 to eat for a month.
The rice distribution this time focuses on 1,400 households that were qualified as impoverished by the government. There are many who are physically challenged or who are seniors, so the volunteers considerately set the receiving station near them. Volunteers also help them carry the rice so that they can drive it home directly.
It's a bag of rice filled with happiness. It's heavy because it's filled with love.
You can. Yeah.
Touched by volunteers' selfless devotion, the soldiers who were maintaining traffic also helped move the rice bags.
We are just offering our services, but you have traveled afar to give your effort and money and much more.
Tzu Chi Foundation came to Cambodia especially to help people in our country. I'm very grateful and I want to learn to be a volunteer from Tzu Chi. I'm deeply touched.
Volunteers from 8 different countries connected together to distribute rice to the needy. The great love that transcends national boundaries has warmed the heart of many local residents. The war in Syria may be ending soon, but it has left scars to the children. Tzu Chi Jordan chapter has been caring for a Syrian refugee shelter for 2 years. Volunteers seized the chance to take the children to serve food at a Bedouin tent area. They hope to inspire the kindness in their hearts by helping other less fortunate people. These young volunteers lined up to get the hot food not for themselves, but to help feed younger children. These young volunteers feed the children with patience and compassion. Tzu Chi Jordan chapter regularly deliver hot meals to the Bedouin tent area near Amman Airport. What's special this time is that 7 young volunteers were all care recipients themselves. They all came from Compassionate Heart Shelter, a facility that cares for refugee children in Syria.
When they finish, come to get them more.
Tzu Chi volunteers have been caring for the shelter since 2016. They've hosted food distributions, provided scholarships, and built a library for the children. However, it's not easy to heal the children's damaged heart, as many have lost their family in the war. As the children grow more mature, volunteers seize the chance to take them to care for the impoverished Bedouin people, hoping to inspire compassion in their heart. Tzu Chi volunteer Yang Si had managed his breakfast eatery. As the humanitarian ecotech pavilion is promoting recycling, she decided to put aside her work and volunteer to help. Her family and her employees are very supportive to her decision.
Because Yang Si owns a breakfast eatery, when she introduced vegetarian breakfast to the public, it is rather more lively. She puts aside her job at home and comes to volunteers at the Ecotech Pavilion, which makes her feel very fulfilling.
I've made arrangements with things at home so I could come and volunteer. I'm happy to be here, making good connections with others and learning new things.
增广一些知识啊。
Yang Si also focuses on teaching tips on sorting recyclables. The visitor is recording Yang's explanation so she can share it with her family.
Because I'm going to teach both young and elderly people after I go home.
Yang Si runs a breakfast eatery, so she is often busy in the morning. However, she appreciates the understanding of her family and employees, so she can help out at the Ecotech Pavilion.
I'm very happy to volunteer, so they were willing to help me and made my wish come true.
We knew she couldn't work in the morning. When I saw her signing up to volunteer last time, I was very delighted.
Yang Si said that by volunteering at the pavilion, she can teach people about recycling, and she can also learn many new things in return.
Both the UK and Canada Tzu Chi volunteers arrange Lunar New Year festive events for their local communities. Let's check out these overseas celebrations.
The Tzu Chi UK Liaison Office hosted a Lunar New Year blessing ceremony. The Minister of the Taipei Representative Office in the UK and his wife graciously attended the event.
参加这个活动的时候啊，我也是想，这个慈济啊，它都是。
Before attending today's event, I had thought about how Tzu Chi volunteers all wore blue uniforms. So I thought my wife and I are also going to wear blue clothing to the event. It's our way to show respect to Tzu Chi. We hope to learn from Tzu Chi to spread the spirit of great love to everyone.
The blessing ceremony was conducted all in English, hoping to integrate into the local communities.
I saw pictures and images from what they were doing in Syria, and it really touched me. Although it's only my second time, I really look forward to do a little bit more for this great organization.
Tzu Chi volunteers represented in the place of Dharma Master Zhen Yan in giving out red envelopes of blessing and wisdom to the attendees. Many members of the public also reciprocated by bringing back their filled coin banks.
I was very moved by the whole event. I just think that Tzu Chi volunteers really do a lot. It really makes me want to join them and participate in more future activities. I also want to help those who are in need.
Keeping up with the festive vibes, we crossed the Atlantic to Canada. Toronto Tzu Chi volunteers regularly care for the elderly at the Bridgepoint Active Healthcare. Although the Lunar New Year holiday period has already ended, the well wishes and care is still as elevated as ever.
The Canada and Mississauga Tzu Chi Academy and Burnaby Liaison Office both hosted a Lunar New Year prayer ceremony. The Burnaby City government has long been supporting Tzu Chi and rented a liaison office to Tzu Chi for just $20 NT a year. On the day of the event, the weather warmed up and all the guests showed up cheerfully. The weather is warm and bright, just like the guests' passion to attend the Lunar New Year prayer ceremony. More than 100 people participated regardless of ethnicity and nationality. The screen displayed the footprints of Tzu Chi for the last year. Volunteers are always the first to help whenever and wherever there are disasters.
The central Tzu Chi spirit is to care and help students, seniors, and those in need. At the Congress, we have recognized how much Tzu Chi has contributed to our nation. They have continued to perform the Tzu Chi spirit in Burnaby.
And I just learned so much about Tzu Chi. It's a great organization that does work that's humanitarian, helping those in need, particularly those that are impacted by natural disaster. As a fellow vegetarian, I also like the fact that there's a vegetarian to save our planet, and I'm happy to be here to attend the event. 谢谢.
This young man from Mongolia has been donating winter boots for Tzu Chi's winter aid distribution. He was deeply touched by volunteers' effort.
Tzu Chi has not just served Burnaby and Taiwan, but it has helped the whole world. This is very inspiring and encouraging to our community.
We are deeply moved after hearing about everyone sharing. We will continue to walk the Bodhisattva path after we return to Guangzhou.
At the Mississauga Tzu Chi Academy, volunteers explain the meaning of saving up the bamboo coin bank and saving kindness daily.
This is called the kindness, and you must save it daily. Please remember, you have a bamboo coin bank in your classroom, right? So you can save every day. You can also save on your own at home.
The children learn how to make glutinous rice bowl and experience Tzu Chi's humanistic culture with traditional Chinese cuisine. Anatomy class and dissecting a cadaver is an important experience for every medical student. However, with the rapid advancement of technology, many medical departments in Taiwan are now using virtual reality to carry out these instructions. Students can wear VR monitors and immediately immerse themselves in a 3D model of the human body.
戴上去之后，那个东西会在你面前栩栩如生哈。哦，看到。
After putting on a VR headset, three-dimensional images appear right before your eyes, such as these images of the human body. A 360-degree view is offered, allowing one to look at tissues, bones, muscles, blood vessels, nerves, and organs.
There's no way to simulate operating a scalpel. Doing this 3D simulation first through this app is very helpful when we do the surgery later.
Because it is virtual reality, the images are very similar to their real shape and are a great training aid.
不同的角度去看心脏，然后看到那个心脏在瓣膜在开合的样子，有没有看到？对。你可以再退出来，从心尖的地方钻进去也可以。 对，然后你一旦进去之后，一样可以上下左右看一看，很逼真哈。
This anatomy course of the Taipei Medical University uses VR anatomy software. It's not limited to a single person, but can simultaneously be used for up to 300 people at a time online. Some 4,000 human anatomy structures can be viewed in the VR environment.
只要软体里面哈，它能够去
This software is so detailed that we can even take away layers. It allows us to look at every tooth and even see every muscle. The value in this is that it's very clear.
After VR enters the anatomy class, medical students become like pieces in a game, and the role of the instructor is to navigate students to explore the mysteries of the human body. In the medical school, in the 18th week of third-year general anatomy class, is the time they get to work on a cadaver. In the final class, they are asked to return all of the organs to their original position. Cadavers cannot be reused, as not every medical student can personally dissect different parts of the body.
In the general anatomy course, some resources are limited. There's a ratio of 1 to 10 or 1 to 20 to 1 cadaver. So in the planning of our class, we put an emphasis on virtual reality and actual general anatomy. In the process of studying anatomy, if the student wants to know more, he can use VR equipment to help him keep studying.
With the new generation of educational tools comes a new learning style. In addition to VR, a 3D virtual human anatomy table is also used for teaching. Just like a tablet or phone, the body on this table can be rotated 360 degrees. And tiny nerves and blood vessels just 0.4 to 0.1 millimeters can be seen in high resolution.
So students can cut the body in different layers, and they can see the different structure of the anatomical systems from the whole muscle and whole organic systems and everything.
Present, many university medical departments will first use virtual human anatomy table or VR teaching software as a basic teaching tool for understanding the human body structure. Many wait until 3rd or 4th year to use a cadaver. As many can see, this advanced technology has created a digital learning environment at many universities. Using sound and light, Yangming University students use virtual reality to simulate the experience of taking drugs. One student even produced a 720-degree view of the campus. Yangming University was the first in Taiwan to establish a virtual reality experience and implementation center in 2017 to integrate a new generation of VR equipment into teaching.
This lets students use the center's hardware and software equipment to spark their creativity to see if they can create some VR content that helps them learn or aids their life on campus.
VR movies are different from traditional 2D. Traditional post-production editing can be monitored instantly, but VR needs to wait for picture output, and you have to use the helmet display device. This leads to more checks to see where corrections, adjustments, and fine-tuning are required, which is quite labor-intensive.
VR systems actually have a very good visual and auditory presentations. It's just like watching movies. When it comes to the interactive operation, we have to spend more time making adjustments to make it more lifelike.
Digital and virtual technology can only be used to assist teachers and lead students in the right direction. There's still a need for two-way communication between students and teachers, which makes the teaching experience more valuable. Also, this technology is not only transforming medicine, but many other industries. It is gradually influencing our daily lives.
The Xindian Jingsi Hall in New Taipei City hosted a musical concert with over 600 people attended, hoping to cleanse the mind of the public. We'll leave you with these images and thank you for joining us. Goodbye.